So last year I did a video regarding what to expect with the HomePod range in 2023, and it surprisingly caught many people's attention, so I thought, hey, why not do a 2024 update regarding HomePod, because there's quite a few exciting releases on the horizon. So the most exciting news definitely has to be the possibility of a HomePod with some sort of display. Now, rumors have been split on exactly what kind of device this could be, but the latest tvOS 17.4 beta does refer to something called HomeOS, so it's possible this will be the foundations of the new HomePods. Currently, the regular HomePod and HomePod Mini use tvOS, but a simplified version of the tvOS UI for a home hub device would be perfect, for example, since it would be easier to use than iOS and only gives you the core essentials. There were also job listings for HomeOS that the media spotted in June 2021, but those were quietly removed because Apple did not realize the press would be snooping there, but the folks over at Mac Rumors are watching Apple 24/7, and so clearly some sort of exciting HomePod is in the works and is right now deep within Apple HQ. Now, as I said earlier, rumors still seem to be split and unsure on whether this will be a home hub device or a HomePod with a small display at the top, which I really don't want, and so I'm praying it's the former. The current form factor already has a display, sort of, that does glow in very cool colors, and I think that's all it needs to do. There is literally no point in giving it more functionality because the display would ultimately be ridiculously tiny, and I know we have the Apple Watch, but remember, not everyone touches the display when there's the much better digital crown instead. And I doubt Apple's going to be chucking the crown onto the HomePod now, so trying to touch and do basic functions on a microscopic display would be stupid. I refuse to change my opinion on this. However, with a home hub-like device, this might be the size of an iPad, for example, and so of course, it could display photos, check on security cameras, look up recipes if it's in a kitchen, etc. And I know what you're thinking, hey, an iPad already does that, why do we need this? And yes, I would agree, but of course, this ideally should be cheaper than a base iPad, and so yeah, I think there is a market for this. Remember, not everyone needs the portability a tablet offers. If your iPad stays on a dock for most of the time, then of course, it makes much more sense to get this for the basics. You know what also makes plain sense? You subscribing to the channel, of course. I would greatly appreciate it, and it would give you the latest commentary about the world of Apple right to your subscription box. So please consider it. The button is below. We're trying to hit our next milestone of 16,000 subscribers, so join the Saranbyte gang now. Anyways, Gurman has actually told us more about this home hub device in his juicy reports, and he says the smart home display is said to have an iPad-like design, which isn't a surprise, to be fair, that makes sense, and it could also have a camera for FaceTime calls. Now, I do actually remember him saying back in the day that Center Stage was originally developed for a home hub-inspired HomePods, so I could totally see Apple chucking that in, and what's interesting is that Apple might allow you to mount this on a wall and serve as a central console for your smart home products. The device could also feature HomePod-like speakers, again similar to Google and Amazon's offerings, so you can play music on this like a regular HomePod, and it's gonna sound incredible because Apple's the king of audio and every HomePod sounds incredible. Also, Quo has chimed in and said Apple is developing a new version of the HomePods that's gonna feature a 7-inch display, and it should release in 2024 at the earliest, which of course, checking my watch, is this year, so of course, when Gurman and Quo are both saying a new product's launching soon, you better believe it's actually releasing soon. More evidence pointing towards a home hub-like device is the fact a SharePlay feature for the HomePod was also added in tvOS 17.4 beta, and this further hints Apple's work on a HomePod with a display. The update added a QR code to the Apple Music app on the TV, which can be scanned by others to start a SharePlay session right on the device, and so a HomePod with a display could feature a similar function. The UI in many ways should be a miniaturized version of tvOS, as I said before. Now, because rumors have always been a confusing mess and contradict each other all the time, there's also been a fair share of rumors about a HomePod 3rd generation with a display at the top as well, and guess what? It could apparently also launch later this year. I guess the good news is that because we can expect tvOS 17.4 to release in March, and there is an alleged March event according to leakers, we don't have to wait too long to find out what Apple's plans are with the HomePods, but I'm hoping the Apple gods and Timothy Cook actually be rational about this and don't give us a HomePod with a tiny display at the top. That would be terrible. A home hub hands down would be the much better device. But of course, not everybody wants a home hub as badly as me, so what's happening with the existing range? Well, the regular HomePod was only just reintroduced in 2023, and while yes, a HomePod with a small display at the top could replace this, I don't want this to happen, as I've been saying again and again, and I actually don't mind if they made the regular HomePod cheaper instead. I'm not sure how it's doing sales-wise, but I did find it pretty weird that Apple did not lower the price when the OG HomePods failed at the same price. Like, Tim, I thought you were some sort of genius. What were you thinking? Anyways, we finally come to the most popular HomePod, which of course is the HomePod Mini. This was first released back in October 2020, which was a while ago. Wow, time has flown by. But good news, guys, Ming Chi Kuo believes Apple's gonna begin mass shipments of a second generation HomePod Mini in the second half of this year, so probably alongside the iPhone 16. Now, what kind of upgrades can we expect? Well, the main change should be a new chipset. Currently, the Mini has the S5 from the Apple Watch Series 5 and the first generation Apple Watch SE, which is pretty old. Now, if we do see a late 2024 release, we could likely see an S10 chip with the introduction of the Apple Watch Series 10, so that could come to the new HomePod Mini as well, although do remember the 2023 HomePod got the S7 instead of the latest S8 at the time, so it's possible it gets an older chipset, but honestly this really makes no difference when it comes to a smart speaker. You're not going to be playing COD Mobile on this, and also the S9 and the S10 should be roughly the same performance-wise anyways, just like the S7, the S8 and the S9 were all based on the A13. Now, how will a new chipset actually benefit the HomePod Mini? Well, of course, it should reduce latency for handoff. It could also help Siri requests process faster locally on the device, and with this chipset upgrade we could see the usual upgrades like better audio microphones, and I'm guessing Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3 can also be expected. I do also pray they refresh the colors, but knowing Timothy has an addiction for recycling the same design again and again, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up being lazy and do nothing with the colors. Now, that's not the worst thing in the world, to be fair, considering the colors right now are pretty nice, but I do hope there's at least one new shade because I want more fun colored Apple products. But hey, at the end of the day, all that matters is the price staying at $99. That's what made the HomePod Mini so popular in the first place, because not everyone wants a fancy smart hub or a $300 speaker. They just need something that does the basics and has decent enough audio quality. So yes, the Mini should continue being the best seller in the range. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this, and thank you for watching.